Hey guys, it's Zypic and welcome back to yet another Rust base build. Today we're going to be looking at my Monarch Bunker. I designed this minimalistic duo trio base to keep resource costs down, yet to be strong enough to defend against an offline raid. Including full roof access, a compact core design, and a hefty 27 rocket raid cost to the TC, this base is great for casual Rust players who want a strong, fully finished main base on the first day of wipe. Now let's get right into the base tour so you can see all the features this design has to offer. Let's start by touring one of the two disconnectable external TCs. These are super easy to use even for a new Rust player, and the upkeep is only 200 metal frags per day. Quickly let me show you how to disconnect the TC from the main base. And of course, to replace it, simply build in the floor frame. As we head up to the front door, you'll see we have a basic 2-door airlock, and if we look off to our right, we can see a sponsorship. That's right boys, Rustyloot is the newest Rust gambling site bringing you the best designed game modes such as Upgrader featuring the Dome from Rust. Exciting new ways to play mines with friends, or an all new spin on the wheel which lets you win a part of bonus pots that build up over time no matter your bet size. They're also one of the first sites to give their players insane ratebacks and other rewards. They have all your favorite skins to withdraw. For a free 500 coins, head over to rustyloot.gg and click free coins to use my code Zypic. Thanks to Rustyloot for sponsoring this video, and remember to gamble responsibly. Now continuing on from the airlock, we reach our Dropbox storage room, along with a research table and 3 upstairs bags. If we continue through the garage door path, it'll lead us to our main upstairs loot room. In here we have 4 large boxes, with a campfire in the center for comfort. Behind the garage door on our right, we have a trap guarding the drop down, and note that we can also access the garage doors to the auto turret from the inside. Then heading up to the 3rd floor, we have a basic roof access that we can expand on as we progress throughout the wipe. Now heading through the garage door path leading to our bunker, we have 2 lockers on the right walls. And finally we have one more loot room with a repair bench and a couple large and small boxes. We won't be able to continue our tour from upstairs, so with that said, let's go ahead and spawn downstairs in one of our 3 bags. Right away from opening the first garage door, we can see our basic bunker design. All we have to do is break out the twig and the roof piece will fall. And of course, to replace it, simply build in a twig floor or floor frame, then place an upgraded square roof piece on top. Next, continuing our tour of the core, we have a tier 3 workbench, another sleeping bag, and 4 large boxes on the ground. And finally, passing through 2 more garage doors and a sleeping bag, we have our main TC loot room with 4 large and small boxes. The full 24-hour upkeep is on the screen right now. And now with the base tour complete, let me show you how to build the starter base. If you are planning to eventually build in the external TCs, I recommend finding a place fairly flat like this. Start by laying out the following foundations, build in a basic double door airlock, and then wall off everything else. We'll place our TC on the same side of the wall as our doors. And just to make placing boxes easier, we can build in our wall frames as wood for now and upgrade them later on. You can use double doors for now if you don't have garage doors just yet, but I would recommend replacing them as soon as possible. Feel free to lay out the core as you'd like, or follow my design like this. Around the back side of the base, we'll place in 2 low triangle foundations and also a half-height floor frame. Now let's get to work on building the drop down. If you don't have a ladder yet, just use a twig staircase like this. Next, we'll begin working on our first layer of Honeycomb. If you don't have enough metal frags just yet, feel free to skip the metal upgrades I do, and just upgrade them to stone for now. Build the design at your own pace, just remember to upgrade them before you move on to the next step. And as a temporary jump up, we'll place in a twig floor like this, or if you don't want to make the jump, you can place in a triangle foundation with a twig half wall. The honeycomb next to our drop down will be a little bit different, as we're going to need to fit a floor frame in between. This is extremely important, so don't forget this step or else you won't be able to seal the bunker. And if your foundations are high enough you could crouch underneath like mine, you may want to upgrade it to metal, but for the sake of the video we'll keep it as stone. We're now going to alternate between using metal and stone walls. It may seem a little bit strange at first, but it will all make sense in just a few steps, I promise. If you have the extra metal, you might as well upgrade the roof pieces above your drop down right now, but we're going to come back to it later on, so for now I'll leave them as stone. Now let's build ourselves a little way up to the front door. Make sure when you place your roof piece in, it's facing towards the metal wall and not the stone. Your airlock should work like this, with the inside door pushing out. As we're going to make this a 4-box loot room, we'll just place in wooden frames here for now. Once you have all 3 garage doors placed down, you'll need to upgrade this stone frame to metal, and then build in a campfire in the center of the square tile. With a little bit of practice, you should be able to wrap 4 large boxes around the campfire just like so. And once the build's complete, upgrade any remaining wooden frames to stone. Now hopefully at this point you've gathered enough resources that you can get started on your main core upgrades. Again, we'll build in another 4-box loot room here, but beforehand we'll have to upgrade the stone frame to metal. We'll do the same thing in the next room over. And then place your tier 2 or tier 3 against the wall right next to this loot room here. You may notice that when trying to seal the bunker, the bag actually blocks you, so you may have to rotate one of them later on if this is happening. When you have an extra 75 HQM to spare, I recommend upgrading the following 3 walls. They'll add a significant amount to the raid cost of the base. I always recommend adding in upstairs bags as well as your downstairs ones, just in case you need to spawn in quickly and your bunker is sealed. And finally, let's get the last layer of honeycomb finished around the base. As I mentioned before, remember that your roof must be facing inward on every side towards the metal wall so that you only see stone. And of course, don't forget to do the front side of your base as well, as we only did half when building in the front door. Starting behind your roof drop down, place in the auto turret slot, and every other bit of honeycomb can just be sealed off normally with walls. When placing down your garage doors for the turret, remember that the roller has to be facing inward so that you can open them from the inside. And for a battery location, I recommend removing the 4 small boxes next to the TC and placing it here. Now let's get on to building our 2 external TCs, starting at the front door. Simply follow the pattern I'm doing here to get to your first triangle and upgrade it to metal. To make sure we don't give the floor frame too much stability on the TC, only choose one side to place in a wall frame on this triangle foundation. And before you upgrade it, I would also recommend testing it quickly just to make sure everything's working properly and it does demolish. Now, because that base isn't exactly symmetrical, we'll have to change the starting orientation on the other side. Once again, just copy me and build in all of the following foundations. With all of that said, the base build is completely finished. I hope you all enjoyed the video, good luck on the wipe, and I'll see you all in the next one.